Many people won't know this, but we do in fact have sharks living right here in UK waters, and I don't just mean miles and miles off the coast. No, I mean literally right here in this spot at a popular tourist destination. The UK has over 40 different species of shark living in its waters, ranging from little tiddlers to absolute gargantuan beasts. And like many of you watching this, I've never seen one. So in this video, I'm changing that. I'm making it my mission to track down my first ever wild shark right here in the UK. I'll be snorkeling through the absolutely beautiful and underrated British waters. I'll also be joined by a special guest and underwater expert, as well as seeing what the UK ocean life has to offer. But ultimately, I'll be hoping to get a glimpse of some UK sharks rather close to the shore. So I'm here at Castle Beach in Falmouth, and hopefully out there I get to jump in the water and see myself a shark. But today I'm joined by someone who's going to help me on my quest to see my first shark. Let's go meet him. There he is.
Hello James, how are you?
Alright, how are you?
Yeah, good to see you.
Flipping it, you're handsome.
Oh, thank you. Buzzing to get in the water?
Yeah man, I'm proper like thrilled to be here and like get on with it and sort of hopefully see a shark. Are we gonna see a shark?
Fingers crossed. I see them pretty much every day, and today's conditions are perfect for sharks, so fingers crossed we get some sharks. Which one do you reckon will be, nurse hound or small spotted, your first?
The big one.
The big one, nurse hound.
Yeah, that one.
They're quite hard to tell apart actually. If you've never seen them before, I feel like once you get used to it, you'll know which one's which, but they're quite hard to tell apart. There's cuttlefish around at the moment as well. I saw my first one of the season last week. Some people saw them yesterday as well. So fingers crossed we get lucky with them.
So enough of the chit chat, it was time to wetsuit up and head into the water on our first dive in search of sharks.
I'm gonna put my hood on.
I look awful.
I'm not gonna look very good either.
Shut up. I'm stood next to a bloody model, what is this? Alright, we're set, we're locked and loaded, and it's time to head out there. Oh bro, it's cold. Oh, it's cold. Firm in the cold water, I was in and off searching for sharks, and it wasn't long until the first animal was sighted, and it was this thing right here, a compass jellyfish. The visibility in the water was fantastic, and with the light it really showed off how beautiful this jellyfish was. It has a bit of a nasty sting though, so it's not one for touching, and this is about as close to it as I want to get really. But moving on, let's see what we can see under the water. Mesmerizing, right? Some really cool looking stuff is knocking about under the water, but no sharks just yet. Gio was able to swim down to the depths and have a look around, whereas my wetsuit was making me too buoyant and I didn't have a weight belt to keep me down. But that's okay, I'm still hopeful of not missing anything, especially if the colours underwater are like this. It's actually mad to think that this is the UK and it's meters away from the beach. With that said though, Gio has found something.
There's a shark here, there's a shark here.
I didn't see it. Gio, what shark was it?
The small spotted cap shark, quite a small one actually.
I didn't see it, but not only that, I can't actually get down. This wetsuit's so buoyant that look, I'm not moving, I'm floating. So when I try and go down, it literally, I can't. So a bit of a nightmare in that respect, but yeah, it's exciting that there's a shark underneath me right now.
Jaws.
So another thing, in this depth, my eyesight is too poor for me to see, but if you Hawkeyes noticed in that clip, the shark could be seen. Gio also managed to film it swimming away, but it's not the greatest view. But me, on the surface, in my extra buoyancy and dodgy eyesight, I was none the wiser, so I'm not ticking that off. But that was pretty much it for dive 1 after a few hours in the water, so we move on to day 2 of the shark search. All right then, everybody, it is day 2 on the search for a shark in the UK waters. I'm back here at Castle Beach in Falmouth for high tide. Change of plan, I'll let Gio explain that, but today again the weather is absolutely spectacular, so hopefully the visibility in the water is beautiful and we can get down there, see ourselves a shark. Here he is, handsome man.
Day 2.
Day 2.
Hopefully we get a better sighting this year, this day.
Why are we going in at high tide?
So at the moment at high tide I'm seeing a lot of nurse hounds really close to shore, like in less than 2 meters of water, so fingers crossed we'll get some today. If not, we're going in later on at low tide as well.
Mate, guy's absolutely flogging me to death, but it's okay. So anywhere in here for the sharks? We don't need to go too far out, do we?
No, not at all really.
Oh, mad, just in there?
Just where the rock pools were yesterday when we went in at low tide, that's where the sharks would be.
Crazy. All right, well, fingers crossed. We're going to make our way down there now and dive on in.
Let's find a shark today. Come on. Let's have it. We're getting a shark today.
In we go then for this second dive, and it wasn't long until we were seeing some stuff, and then excitingly, Gio started shouting for me.
Oh, shark! Oh, come on then. Gio's taking you down. Take over. Yeah, sick. Cheers, Gio. I can actually see it as well. Oh, mate. First shark in the UK. I can see it. We did it. I can actually see it. I'm so excited with that. Sharks and that.
This, my first ever wild shark, is a nurse hound, and they can grow over 5 feet in length. I was absolutely buzzing to see it, and a big shout out has to go to Gio for initially spotting it.
I think the thing that's bad to me is look how close we are to the shore. That's how close you can see sharks here in the UK.
After leaving this nurse hound alone, it was off to try and locate some more things of interest. A wrasse was first on the cards, shortly followed up by a spider crab that you can't really see very well. And then, of course, some more jellyfish were just milling about. And I think that was a surprise for me, just how many jellyfish there were. But then an even bigger surprise was how big some of them got.
Whoa! Look at the size of him!
Mate, he's massive.
It was rather large. And then there were even more jellies of a differing kind, and after an hour or so in the water, check this fella out, a lobster. Pretty much all of this stuff is stuff I've never seen in the wild before. I've had a pretty sheltered marine upbringing, let's be serious. I do live in the centre of the country, 2 hours from the nearest beach, but that fella would signal the end of our high tide dive, and it was a wait now until dive 2 of the day. Right then, we're back. It's now low tide. We're going to try and find small spotted cat shark. Is that the one?
That's the one. This morning we said we were going to find the nurse hound and we found one.
Well, you did. I tried to have a look.
And I'm feeling hopeful for the small spotted.
All right, sweet. Okay, well, here we go then. Straight out there. Fingers are crossed. Let's see what we can see.
Tell you what though, it's nice, just floating about like a crisp packet. If you got that reference, big up yourself. sit next to him. Mate, that is genuinely crazy. He's so chill. So he's dried himself off. Oh, look at that. He's so chilled out. Do you have a good fish, mate, yeah? Oh man, that's class.
What's even more class is that just before this encounter, Gio had actually filmed this cormorant underwater. Look how cool this footage is that he got of it. Now, we were having such a good time exploring underwater that sharks had kind of taken a back seat. But Gio did have cause for excitement though, as he saw a stickleback, which is actually a relation of the seahorse. And you can kind of see it in this footage here. It was a cool thing to see, but obviously me without glasses struggled to see it. Gio then also spotted something right down at the bottom.
Oh,
A cuttlefish. Oh bro, that's sick.
Here's Gio's footage of it darting away from him. How cool is that? That's another first for me. And only minutes after this though, this happened. The small spotted cat shark, my second shark species out here wild in the UK. I followed it for a few minutes before eventually my camera ran out of battery. Luckily though, Gio still had battery because we had this unbelievable encounter a few moments later. Another gorgeous nursehound shark that let us swim practically fin to hand for a good few minutes. An unreal sighting and one I won't forget for a while. And with that, I just want to say a big thank you to Gio for guiding me around these waters. You can book yourself in a snorkel tour at this very beach with him if you head over to his Instagram page. For now though, thank you for watching. I've been Cookie and I'll see you in the next one.